Hey guys, just really quick video today. Want to show kind of the comp that I'm essentially defaulting to pretty much every game this patch, or at least this season so far. Really, what I've been trying to do pretty much every game is I default to Rally Menagerie. The reason why I really like flexing this comp is it essentially is a good pivot point into all of the S and A tier comps. If you're playing Quillboars, if you're playing the any of the Murlocs, if you're playing, even this comp all the way, if you're doing Poison Scam, essentially doing the menagerie based comp is a very flexible comp, and essentially it will make it so you're enabled to play about 3 or 4 different comps, and plus you have the potential to easily discover the amalgam units using the 4-drop battle cry that finds minions that you don't have a tribe of. So if you don't have I think it's Reef Riffer, if I remember its name. Um, but if you're doing this, you're playing 3 or 4 tribes. You can essentially just fill up your board and then use that to discover the amalgam unit, and from there, you just play a bunch of amalgam units, or rally units and amalgams, and essentially what you can do in the very late game, once you've essentially played the entire game, you should be relatively healthy because everyone else is barely even playing comps. You're actually playing minions. You're buffing your board every turn. What you can do in the late game is eventually you just want to try to find any type of consume spell, whether it be the elemental based one or the mutinous spell. Sorry. And if you do those, that essentially allows you to keep your stats while giving you the flexibility to play a extra tech unit. And you'll see that that becomes really important in the final match for this actual lobby. If I remember correctly, I went from essentially being a 100% loss to like a 100% win because of just being able to tech a couple units. But you can see essentially in this game, like we didn't even really have a quest reward. We had the like buff dragons as like a lesser trinket that ended up being what we ended up playing. So it was really bad game. But we ended up getting really lucky where we used the undead rally to essentially just find a bunch of like poison scam, a bunch of value generation. And that essentially became our win condition. And you can kind of just see how, this comp, it never actually feels extremely strong, but it's always good enough throughout throughout the entire lobby. We never got to a point where we were really behind until that very last round. If anyone's playing a comp that has essentially infinite value kind of thing, or has some type of exponential scaling, obviously they're going to stat you. However, again, our entire goal is actually to not really play that much into the stats. Stats is just how we're getting through the mid game. But really, we're trying to transition into consuming all of our stats onto maybe 2 or 3 minions, and then just playing a bunch of poison scam Leroys, and Murlocs, or even the Nagas that have their own poison scam. But yeah, I hope this kind of just shows how this is really just a really safe comp that you can do. It flexes into almost every comp, so it gives you a lot of flexibility to either just stay this, or if you find a better, stronger comp, you can definitely go into that as well. So hopefully this helps you. Hopefully the gameplay in the back gives a little bit of why this is so strong. And hope it helps you. Good luck on your climb. Please like, subscribe if it helps you out. See y'all. Bye.